So here's three receivers I would stash before the weekend. Then week 12, the first guy's Cole Beasley of the Buffalo Bills. Beasley last week, he finally broke out again. And Beasley, he's a Josh Allen favorite in my opinion. Cole, he's been having a pretty good season. He's doing his thing. He's getting the targets. I know he had 2 off games in weeks 8 and 9, but Beasley in week 10, he came back with a huge ball game. John Brown, he went down with an injury also. And Beasley, he's a guy you could count on as a flex just about each and every week, depending the matchup, obviously. But I still think Beasley could get the job done for you and your fantasy team. And he's available, Beasley, in still 49% of leagues after coming off the big game last week. And now they got the Chargers coming up in week 12. So I would stash Beasley right here, right now, because this is a guy you could use and you don't got to waste a waiver for him, that he's out there in a bunch of leagues. Here's Lazard of the Green Bay Packers. Lazard, he should be back this week or next. Matt LaFleur said they're going to ease him into the offense, but I think Lazard, he's ready to take off and play. He hasn't played since week 3, but we've seen Lazard have a couple huge ball games before he got injured with the core injury in week 3. I know Valdez-Scantling, he's come around the last few weeks, especially last week versus Jacksonville, with 149 yards and a touchdown, but that deep ball really made his game. Lazard, I think he's a better all-around receiver than Scantling, and when he comes back, he's going to play more snaps than Valdez-Scantling is Lazard. So Lazard, he's available in about 53% of fantasy leagues. He's a guy I would go out there and get and stash on my bench. He's a guy who's going to be in a good offense. He's going to be with one of the best quarterbacks in Aaron Rodgers, and he's a guy I could trust as a flex or even some bench depth. It's very important to have bench depth, especially this time of the season in fantasy football, because you know how it is with the COVID and the injuries popping up left and right. So go out there and get Alan Lazard this week before it's too late. And the third and final receiver I'm looking to stash is Deebo Samuel of the San Francisco 49ers. I know Samuel, he's been hurt on and off most of the season with the hamstring and the knee injuries, but Samuel, he's due back in week 12 most likely. Kyle Shanahan said for the San Francisco 49ers, and Samuel, you know, he's a gadget guy over there. They use him in different formations and packages, is San Francisco, and Samuel, he could get the job done, and he's a guy last year, he broke out on the scene. I know Jimmy Garoppolo's probably not coming back this season, but it's okay. I think with Nick Mullins there, he could still be decent, or Chase Bedford, whoever they decide to go with is the 49ers. But I think Samuel, he's still going to be used a lot. He's going to put up points. His targets are going to go up, I believe, too, with George Kittle out probably for the rest of the season. And also, it's just him and Ayuk there. And San Francisco, if they play like they've had of late, they'll be trailing in a lot of games where they're going to pass a lot. So go out there and stash Samuel. He's available in about 45% of fantasy leagues. So that's 3 wide receivers I'm looking to stash heading into week 12.